Before we start the video, don't forget to like and share and subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button because it brings you everything new from us. The movie begins 1945, in the last days of the war, the Second World, and we will be in Japan in Odo City Airport, and currently we are seeing a pilot, a Japanese man named Kochi, boards his plane in the airport, and Biban on Kochi are afraid and nervous. Very important. After a while, we will see a group of workers repair the plane and do good work on it. Very much so. This chief worker goes to Coach DT. They know that there are no problems with the plane. The foreman begins to accuse Kochi of running away from battlefield because Kochi is supposed to mean suicide pilot and this plagiarism plane. Oh, my friend's role in the war is to blow himself up by plane. There are enemies, and this is what Kochi did. Ambush fled the war. The important thing is that Kochi is not. He responds to the words of the chief worker and leaves. He will go and sit alone now, and her promise will go to him. The chief worker knows that they do not blame him. He did not die himself because his death and sacrifice would not happen. It has no importance or necessity because war is over. It was decided. And I lost, and he knows the chief worker. Kochi said he didn't understand him and didn't have to. Walk on the plane, that's it, and let him sit with them. So he agreed Kochi for his words and passes the situation at night. Kochi kept waking up with the foreman and everyone. The workers here made a strange sound, and suddenly, my friend, everyone finds a huge monster coming out of them. The ocean, and workers destroy everything in front of it. Of course, no one understands what this is at all. But one from workers, everyone knows that the local population, those who live here on the island, told him, this is a destructive monster called Godzilla. Every once in a while he comes out of the ocean with a crowd. At this time, Kochi and everyone is hiding behind a curtain like this because he protects them, and then asks the foreman from Kochi. He pulls out and goes on a plane and hits Godzilla. Because the plane has very powerful missiles, it is possible you actually kill him. Kochi listens to him and leaves for the pilot, but he is afraid to hit Godzilla in at this moment. The workers are still afraid, they are nervous, and one of them is hitting Godzilla Boito, and the rest do the same and prefer. They hit Godzilla, but unfortunately he didn't do that. Anything but Godzilla's nerve is more and more intense. Godzilla prefers to hit everyone and eat them, and he carries them far away, and so on and so forth. Literally, Godzilla commits a massacre in the place, and at that time, Coach Peggy escapes and catches Godzilla, the plane, his own. He throws Palmyra, and Kochi falls unconscious the next day. Kochi wakes up and finds that Godzilla, he walked, and all the workers died, and no one remained except an elder. The workers who prefer to accuse Kochi now are the reason for everyone's death in general is that days pass. We see that Kochi and the chief worker are riding a ship like this, and we will return to their country because the war is over, as we said. And now it is big workers for Kochi, and I have an envelope like this in pictures for all the workers who died to keep thinking that the reason for their death, and this will be the last time, Kochi. The chief worker sees it, and in general after it's not long before Kochi arrives in Tokyo. If Kochi does not deliver it, he discovers that this is not it, Tokyo, who left it. No, the city has become destroyed. Literally, there is nothing in it as it was. They are very upset because the war destroyed his country. The important thing is, who amidst all this rubble and destruction, Kochi meets a woman named Sumiko, who remains Kochi's neighbor. And the first time you see a coach now, you are very happy because she knows him, and Coach knows the shocking news: his family died. And so did her family. They died, and you prefer Sumek and think a little about the abyss. You think Kochi was a suicide pilot, and you see Sumiko now that Kochi did not do his part in the war, kept cursing him and shaking him. But Coach didn't. He responds to her, and they read that his family's house will be established. Who died? Again, to start over, the important thing is that Coach is standing in front of the house. He finds a thief's daughter running while carrying a child. She is young, and there are people like that running after her, and she finds this thief is Kochi in front of her. So she wet the baby for him. She also runs away from the place and comes back after a while. This thief belongs to Kochi after. Of course, she escaped from those who run after her to take the girl now from him. And then you sit and talk to Kochi, and he knows, including Kochi. Her name is Noriko Wan. The child, the one with her, is called Akiko, and he knows too, Kochi. Akiko is not Noriko's daughter or anything. The girl has other people who died in the war, and Noriko decided to take her and raise her. All this talk remains. It makes Kochi respect Noriko, so he decides to live with him. She and Kiko are with her because they don't have any home. They live in it. The second day, Kochi goes out because he brings food, so you can eat it when you know that he decided to take care of Nuri Akiko and respect him a little. She sits with him, Nuri, and Kiko in tears until Kochi finds him a job. And of course he will. Kochi is very happy and keeps thanking her after a while. From all this, Kochi comes to Noriko and knows her. It is a final job from the government, and the job, in short, he will go to the ocean to dismantle the mines, which has been there since it existed, because war, and Coach Noriko knows that this job dangerous. Yes, but her money is good, and that's why he will work and actually go to Kochi the next day to the ocean and kisses 3 people there, and they want Waxo and Mizoshima, who will remain his team. He will work with him in dismantling mines, and that's it. You're wasting time. Take the 4 boats and move on. The ocean started dismantling the mines and detonating them after. On the first day of work, Kochi goes home. He sleeps normally at night, but he wakes up at night to a strange voice. He goes out to see what's wrong with him. I find Godzilla attacking the place. Of course he gets terrified. He tries to escape, but he doesn't know where to go. And suddenly he wakes up from sleep saying that all of this was a public dream in the days and months after that. Coach begins. He settled in his job and more, and it was also he is building his house and the world is starting to turn upside down for him. A little while later, Noda and Cassette 2 came. Mizoshima visits him, meaning he has it at home and so on, while they were sitting with him. They asked Kochi married Noriko de Amti, so he sold the understanding that Noriko is not his wife, nor is Akiko his daughter, and he tells them the rest of the story I know about at that time. Everyone advised him to get married. Noriko considers Akiko, Dai as his daughter because fate brought them together and they must just stay together. Kochi refuses that he is still not ready for a step like this. A year goes by for almost a year. Of all this talk, he sees Kochi coming back from work and meets Noriko. And you know, Noriko at this time that she finds a job and goes down to work it. And then he gets upset. Kochi feels that he is excited with Noriko and Kiko. But Noriko knows that he is not influential or anything, but rather she. Whoever wants to work, Kochi agrees and listens to her. You work normally. The next day, Kochi goes to work. This time we see Kochi. Nod and Aki's 2 Mizoshima goes to an American ship like this. It looks ruined and no one should know. What was this giant ship destroyed from? But this is supposed to mean that Kochi and Frio have their turn here. They study the place well and know the reason for the destruction. The ship after that is supposed to be in a ship. A large woman named Takao belonged to the Japanese army. You will come to see the topic. The idea remains that Kochi, as soon as he sees the ship and the destroyed road with it, he remembers bad memories and knows that this ship was destroyed because of Godzilla. Vebda Kochi talks to everyone and introduces them to a topic. The monster Godzilla One is the one who destroyed this ship. They have to leave here before he comes. But not Kochi follows up to finish his words and arrives at Godzilla to the place. Kochi quickly prefers and everyone hits him with fire and mines, hoping they would kill him. But Godzilla will be stronger and bigger than the last time we saw him. But he can heal himself quickly. It's normal. So they don't appreciate Coach and everyone else. They do anything and it will destroy a vehicle, with Tomorrow as her father. But fortunately, she will reach a place, the ship Takao, which prefers to strike on Godzilla. And you keep hitting Godzilla a lot to the point that he goes into the water and everyone thinks he is dead, but the truth remains that Godzilla did not die. He leaves the side of the ship and starts destroying. It has all the violence, and not only that, but Godzilla as well. He has special abilities, such as being able to emerge. A strange beam completely destroys the ship. Then he takes some of it and walks. And of course he is Kochi, and everyone sees what is happening and sings about Kochi is very monastic. After a while, Kochi wakes up. He finds himself in a hospital with Noda and Mizo Shimawakis too. And what they know now is that an army plane came and took them from the sea here. She didn't want Gucci and only asked them about Godzilla. They told him that Godzilla was in front of them, and suddenly he disappeared in the sea without a trace. Kochi knows that Godzilla will definitely go to Tokyo because it is closer a city for the place they were in, and why he will go to Tokyo. He destroyed it and killed everyone. Those in it know Kochi, that they must inform the people of Tokyo quickly so that they can vacate the place. But everyone knows Kochi that the government is secretive on the subject of Godzilla. This is completely useless, he knows, and if anyone knew, he would be imprisoned in Sea Kochi. This is wrong, and he shouldn't do this. But he decided against his will to listen to what was said after a few days. From all this, we see Noriko riding a train. He returns home, but suddenly Godzilla appears in the city and he starts attacking everything, including them. Noriko's train and 2 letters are completely destroyed. But Badr Noriko jumps into the sea. After a while, you get out of the sea and keep running away from people because she arrives home, and thank God Kochi comes to her. It helps so that they get rid of the idea that there is this moment. Everyone sees Godzilla, starting the strange ray we saw before, comes out. Because of this ray, his body can literally grow. You don't know how for a while, and he starts bombing places with fire, as if he was hitting her with missiles and children. This shows that Godzilla is exceptionally strong, a force that no one can handle. The important thing is that in the middle of the beating, all of this means that the city will be destroyed and become like this. A storm like this will remove Kochi, so it will be difficult. Noriko Kochi is a safe place, and you stand there in front of her, the storm. So the storm took her and Noriko disappeared on the same day. Kochi sits with Noda after everything that happened. We know that Jaehyun recommends Kochi and Noriko's death, and in the middle of everything we will talk about this with Kochi exclusive and know that he knows that he suffered a lot, very much because of Godzilla, and so he came to invite him. He joins a group of civilians trying. They find a solution to eliminate Godzilla. They might know they help each other, so Kochi agreed and decided to join. The group has countries to get rid of Godzilla. Indeed, the next day it was Kochi and Mizoshima. We went to a gathering with everyone who decided to help in the case of Godzilla. For your information, everyone there was the same. Kochi is either former soldiers or former officers, or anyone in general means hit Godzilla, and that's it. The important thing is that Noda is now out. Talking to everyone, Noda begins to let everyone present know that it is a long time ago, very much during the war, and before that he was a weapons developer. That's why he developed a weapon or device to defeat him. Godzilla, in short, is a weapon we would like them to use. They will hit Godzilla with Freon, and this will cause him to. It specializes in the ocean floor. After that, they will prefer. They put pressure on him, and the pressure on him increases more and more until he dies. This is the best way to get rid of him at that time. Coach was talking to Noda and Basalo H. I am confident that this method will actually kill Godzilla. They know that we want a large percentage of the method. This will kill him. Even if you don't say there is an alternative plan for it. This moment reassures Kochi, and they read that he will participate in the mission. The next day, Kochi sits with Noda and stays the gang as usual. And Kochi Noda knows that I want him to ask him. And he is a Noda, to take advantage of his knowledge. The old one is in the army and makes Kochi look at a plane with which he attacks Godzilla and helps him from doing something he knows how to do. And in this way, he will get lost. I will kill him and make him fall into Noda's trap. At that time, Noda feels that Kochi wants to do this to take revenge for the workers who died a long time ago, and for he takes revenge on Noriko, not just to help him. The mission is as he says, but he also decides Kochi's words are carried out the next day. And he takes Noda Kochi, who has an airplane store like this, and Pure has a very powerful plane that is supposed to be. It was so developed that it meant participating in the war, World War II. But the World War ended before this plane is already participating in it, and he knows Noda Kochi. This plane needs an engineer, Dobek. He will fix some things in it, and it will be strong, and he will be able to. He participated in the mission with her, so they sold Kochi in. This engineer has it, and they read Kochi that the engineer, the one who will fix this plane, is the chief worker, the one who existed in the past at the time of the death of all the workers. And indeed, Kochi goes to the engineer's archives. The army asks at the address of the chief worker, or this engineer means he can know him later. Kochi prefers to send messages to the engineer to provoke him. In it, he tells him that in the past, he was the cause of death. His workers and Kochi do this to ensure the engineer provokes Ouija. And indeed, one day he go back home to Coach. And I will find the engineer. They follow him and hit him. And the engineer prefers to hit him while he was angry because he was not the cause of anyone's death like him. Of course, we all know. But I mean, Kochi, he calms him down and they know that he was doing this. It provokes him no more, and Kochi knows that what he wants in his job is to control the plane, that they will serve it to destroy my heart. The engineer agreed immediately, and immediately, without putting in any time, he starts working on the plane, and you keep passing by days until we reach the promised day today. What Godzilla will kill everyone. On this day, we see that there is a ship like this at sea on it. A crew follows the water because if Godzilla appears here or here, and no, it's not long, and why everyone said that Godzilla appeared. So they always told Noda and everyone, but unfortunately Godzilla does not leave him and destroys him. This ship or boat means exactly, but on the least means that the news click will be for Noda. And everyone and Noda, my friend, will be on a huge ship with a large crew and another crew on a huge ship in front of him. And it is supposed that these two ships have Freon pipes on them. They will hit Godzilla with it. But they want Godzilla to reach them so they can beat him up. Here comes the role of Kochi, who prefers to fly around Godzilla and provokes him so that he takes him down into the water. He takes it to Noda and everyone else, and he actually prefers Kochi. He flies around Godzilla and provokes him to some extent. He lets him reach Noda and everyone, and in turn he stays. They hit their Freon tubes and try. They pull them into the ocean to increase the pressure on it, and he dies. But unfortunately their plan fails, and Godzilla is very strong and they won't be able to pull the bottom of the ocean. And at that moment Kochi decided that he sacrificed himself so that he would destroy Godzilla, and along he flies a plane towards Godzilla. Without any introduction and a powerful scene, he enters the plane in Godzilla's bug. After that, the plane explodes and starts. Godzilla is destroyed, finally dies, and finally ends. The mistake, of course, and everyone is happy about the death Godzilla, but they are still upset that Kochi died. But they are surprised now that Kochi did not match nothing, and there will be a bird in front of them with a parachute like this, because he jumped off the plane at the last moment before he hits a deer. So everyone is slaughtered, and the Kochi is in their hands. Military salute in appreciation for everything he did. But after the night is over, they walk to Kochi and everyone. When Kochi goes outside the ocean, I find him. Sumiko is waiting for him in front of him, and she will be coming now. She has an answer. And Kochi knows that this answer Noriko sent him, but she didn't die. An old woman is in a hospital in another city. Farah Kochi, in an abnormal way and without whims, takes baby Akiko, goes to Noriko Hospital. He is unusually happy that she is still alive and well. From that moment on, he will marry her and another Herbiton. Something we see in this movie is a heart Godzilla, who is at the bottom of the ocean, and we see it's pulsing, which means Godzilla hasn't died. It's not over. Very, very soon, my friend. They summed it up: Godzilla and King Kong movie series. We will make a complete story for you in one video from the beginning of the emergence of Godzilla and King Kong until they arrive together to enter into a big battle. It's too much for most of the world. That's it. Peace.